What's going on, guys? Back again with another video. Me and Alex just got back from Uari. We hunted down there 2 days. Did not see a whole lot for sign or for deer. Didn't get to film a lot. It rained 2 days in a row. And so the deer that we did see, we didn't have our big cameras out to be able to zoom in and get them on video. Had nothing within bow range. Kind of frustrating. Go down to a place that's supposed to have 2 times the deer that you normally would have in the mountains, and you know, I feel like we had a better shot if we'd have stayed here, but you know, you don't know until you go and try. So we're going to I'm running a solo mission this morning. I don't know if he's hunting or not, but back in the mountains, gonna try a new spot. Normally hunt mountain laurel for bedding, but I do know of an old clear cut that I seen probably about 3 years ago when I killed my 8-pointer. I know of an old clear cut 2 years ago whenever I killed my 8-pointer, and just never went on this side of the road and hunted. I did come over here and scout right off the edge of the road. A lot of doe sign, and you know, I think right up above that there's a lot of I did see some crabapple trees, some walnuts, and then you know, I'm sure there's some oaks, but I'm hoping that clear cut has good bedding that runs along the top of this ridge. It's pretty steep elevation, and on the back side of it there's a laurel thicket with some points, and I won't be looking at it. I'll be looking more at that clear cut. I was gonna try to loop around the top side, but I think my best bet's to come around this hiking trail and come up through the middle of these pines. And you know, I've never been back in this spot, so we're just gonna go somewhere new today. This season's kind of been rough. October lull is definitely a thing. If you're not around the right food, you're definitely not going to see any of the deer. So I'm hoping that clear cut has some new growth. Them deer are stacked in there now that they're hard horned, and you know, we don't know what deer lives in here. We're just, most time we hunt on up into the mountain, and we're just going to try to go somewhere off the road. I don't think the deer is as high as everybody says they are. A lot of people say, you know, you got to hunt the steepest stuff to find the biggest bucks and all that, but I don't think that's the case for early season. I think a lot of people don't see deer because they get up very high, and you know, the deer are down here low right next to the road, and you know, you kind of give up on them spots. So you know, I don't know exactly what the best solution is for us to get on deer right now. I don't want to lie to y'all. We're just trying to hunt as hard as we can, hopefully get y'all some footage. We're trying to get y'all some videos out. We love all the support that we're getting, and we're just going to keep hunting hard, and hopefully this season will turn around for us. We want to teach y'all some stuff and show y'all our tactics to get on these mountain bucks, but it just hasn't happened in the month of October. So, but get our stuff ready. It's October 11th, 6:15. Got about an hour before daylight. I'm hoping I can get up here about 30 minutes and it start getting light, and kind of turn the light off and just kind of not scout my way in, but be able to see what I'm looking at until I hit the thick stuff and set up on the edge of it. The next time I see y'all, we'll be up in a tree somewhere. What's going on, guys? 7:20, just got all set up. Was charging my camera last night and forgot the piece to go on my camera arm. So the woes keep continuing, but got y'all strapped to the bow with the GoPro, so gonna do the best we can do. Sometimes when stuff don't go as planned, good stuff happens. So let's get quiet and see if we can't see something. she was standing there, ain't no way she could see me. Well, at least we've seen one. Ain't been here but probably 20 minutes. I just wish she wasn't a blue. I'll drop some milkweed and let y'all see what my wind's doing. She was up there, and my wind is going up that way. Well, guys, as I was explaining what was happening, they come back down off the hill, got within 28, 30 yards of me. It's muzzleloader right now, so I couldn't have shot them even if I wanted to, but they weren't too scared. They got straight across from me and then went up the hill, and there was 3 of them. 2 of them come down, 1 of them stayed up there, but they blew again and then took off back up toward the top. But if they're in here, should be some bucks in here. There's in here on that old clear cut that's behind me. Bunch of new growth. There's a bunch of diversity in here. Clear cut, pines. Looks like there's some laurel out in front of me. So all we need is a buck to do the same thing. They never seen me once, they just smelt something they didn't like. But maybe we found some deer. What's going on, guys? It's about 9:30. Haven't seen nothing since those does come through. We had to stare down for about 15 minutes, and then they finally eased up the ridge. But wanted to talk to y'all about the October lull. This piece of game lands don't get much hunting pressure. Does get some pressure, and I don't know if that's a little bit of why we're not seeing any of these bucks during the daytime hours. But I know one of the big reasons is everywhere you go in here, there's acorns. We're close to bedding. There's a bedding point where Clear Cut runs out in front of me. And then back behind me, all that right up in there is Clear Cut. All this back behind me is Clear Cut. So we're sitting close to bedding. Don't know if it's bug bedding or doe bedding. You know, we've seen those does, but there could easily be bug bedding in here. But me and Alex has been trying to get on some deer this October for y'all. And, you know, one of the keys is to just walk until you find the freshest food. You know, find an oak tree that's dropping pretty heavy with deer tracks all under it. The problem is, in the game lands we're hunting, there's laurel thickets that's probably, you know, 10, 15, 20 acre laurel thickets that run the whole side of a mountain. And so whenever you get oaks mixed in with mountain laurel, the deer don't ever have to leave. You'd have to go in on the ground with your bow, and you know, it's difficult to get in there. The only way that I know to hunt it successfully is get in there with a shotgun. But me and Alex, we've been trying to get y'all some hunting videos out, and I know I've had 3 sits so far. This is my 4th sit in the mountains, and the first 3 I didn't see a single deer. I did have a bear one morning, kept hearing acorns falling, so I thought, well, I'll just walk until I get to those acorns. But turns out it was a 70-pound bear, about 40 foot up, eating acorns before they ever drop out of the tree. And I was going up at daylight and he was going down, and we scared the crap out of each other. But so we're probably gonna sit another 30-40 minutes, give it till about 10:30, and then I'm gonna go check a camera, probably check 2 cameras. Got 2 that's been out on scrapes. And I'd really like to go see if anything started working those scrapes. Had some good velvet bucks in there early season at night. But that's one thing that is going to change. Me and Alex are going back to work. It's October the 11th today. We won't get to hunt until October the 29th, so it'll be the end of October, 1st of November. At that time, they should be hitting scrapes, so we're taking a bunch of our cameras that was just in transition areas, and we're moving to either scrapes that was there last year or mock scrapes. This year, we're going to freshen our scrapes up with some buck urine. Normally we put doe urine or we just pee in it ourselves, but a lot of these areas we have is so vast, and every mountain we come to has one really nice buck on it.
And the problem with that is a lot of the big bucks we get, they just walk right by the scrapes. They don't really stop and work them. And I think the reason they don't work them is, like, we'll have 2 or 3 little bucks come through and hit them and work them like they should. And then the big bucks come through and they literally just walk across the scrape. And I think they're smelling that they're those younger bucks, and they're not having to mark their territory like they should be. So I think if we get to where some of our hit list bucks are and put some buck urine, that may get them fired up, and hopefully by the end of October we'll get 1 or 2 nice bucks working scrapes. And that can be a killer way to pattern a big buck. But if you're going to have cameras on scrapes, try to have at least a couple of cell cameras to do that with, because if they start showing up during the daytime, there's a window. If I go in there and I check that camera and put my scent in the woods, and I find out that he's been daylighting 2-3 days in a row, and it's 2 weeks later, you know, I missed the opportunity. So hey. Well, guys, that happens fast. Literally just put my quiver back on the side of my bow, just set my bag up, was gonna get down. It's about 20 minutes after I just did that last interview, and I had my release turned around and I had it up in my sleeve, and I look, and about 50 yards away there's a coyote coming from where those deer just come from. And he come down through here from where they was standing last, and I drew back. He got in behind some trees right here in front of me, and he was standing about 15 yards. I leave my pin set on 25, just because at 20 it's pretty dead on, and then at 30, you know, it's you know, maybe half an inch low. But for where I hunt, you know, I'm shooting only 25-30 yards at the most. And then if, you know, if one comes out and I have to change it to 40, it's a slider 1 pin. But he was like at 15 yards, and I'm not that high. He was pretty much even with me. It's pretty steep down below me, but right up here where he was standing, it's pretty even with me. And he was, like I said, 15 yards. I don't know how good I hit him. I do know he made a crazy racket whenever I hit him, and he took off running out in front of me, and he got out about 50 yards from me, and he just stood there, and it looked like on the opposite side, right behind his shoulder, there was blood just pouring. So we'll probably give them, probably sit here another 20 minutes and just see what comes through. And hopefully got us a big coyote. It's pretty cool. That could easily been a big buck come through here. You know, it can happen fast. So I'm gonna watch the footage back and see exactly where I hit him, and then I'll get down and we'll follow the blood trail and see if we can't find this sucker. So, see y'all. Guys, we just climbed down. I'm gonna try to ease up here and find our air. Pretty good deer trail right here. Hope we got good blood on our air. So there's the arrow. Well guys, I watched it back and trying to figure out where he was last at. He was straight out in front of me, about in here somewhere. And I swear there was blood just covered on his shoulder. But I could have been seeing things. Not great blood right there where I first hit him, but normally with a fixed blade and a broadhead, normally you don't have good blood right at the impact. But I can see my tree that I was in. There's a pine tree. Okay, here we go. There's some blood right here on these leaves. Okay, so we found where he was last at. So let me get my bag and stuff, and I'm going to just pick up on the deer trail, or we'll just pick up on the coyote trail. Oh, yeah, there's a wad of it. One of the first things I've shot with these Magnus Black Hornet Sir Razors, fixed blades. I normally used to use Swacker and Rage, and just thought I would try a fixed blade approach last year and this year. There's good blood. He's starting to bleed better now. There's some more on the ground. There's some more. There's some more. Well guys, lost blood. My wife has been texting me, and I've got her text, but I can't call her, text her to tell her I'm okay. So it's about 11 o'clock now, about an hour after I shot him. I think it just peters out and then it's gonna start again, but I'm gonna go back to the truck, put all my gear up, and I don't live far from here, so I may go home and get our new lab, bring him back, put him on the blood trail, and just see if he won't pick up on it. He's got a great nose, so, and this may be a good training exercise for him for whenever I need him for a deer. So, what's up guys? Just made it back out to the woods. We got a little ways before where I shot him at. I'm gonna take my dog Tank. And I'm gonna see if he'll pick up on the scent in the blood trail and help me find this thing. Hope for it. Good boy. Smell it? Come on. Hunt for it. Hunt for it. Guys, I don't know what the best thing to do is. He's limping, he's hurting bad. His whole front shoulder is broke. I don't know how he's still moving. I'm gonna ease over there with my pistol and see if I can get up close enough to get another shot on him without getting attacked. I wish I had a rifle. I can still see him. If I had a rifle, it'd be no big deal. I could shoot him from right here, but I'm gonna ease as close as I can with the pistol. I tied my dog up. Just trying to see what he does, see if he lays back down. He's going right up that ridge right there. I don't like stuff suffering, so if I can get close enough to get another shot, I'm going to. Guys, it just took off running again. It's pretty thick in here. Well guys, I'm about 2 ridges across from my dog right now. I'm gonna go back. I tied him up. That thing was laying. Then it got up, and then it laid back down, then it acted like it's just gonna lay there until I could get close enough. And then it took off again. It's about to make it on some private. So the way it's moving, I don't think it's gonna make it, but I don't see how it's went this far. I hit it right behind the shoulder, and it turned to take off whenever I hit it. And I think I got literally, I think I got in front of the ribs, like shoulder, heart. His right shoulder, he's pretty much, all he can do now is tuck it when he runs. It broke his front right shoulder. So I don't see how he's gonna live. I kind of wanted his hide, but I figured that broadhead probably put a big hole in it, and I'd have to fix that hole, but I also don't want to keep pushing them, and I definitely didn't want to there you are, boy. What you doing? Huh? There he is. There's that Tank. Good boy, Tank. Good boy. Yeah, we found them. What I was saying before is I don't see that it's going to live, and I don't want it to suffer, but I also can't just keep chasing it because it's not going to stop moving. It was last way over there on that ridge, and I could have shot it if I had a rifle, but you don't want to be carrying a rifle around during deer season. So I marked where I crossed the trail where I found the last blood, and I heard him going down in that holler. I'll make him walk up that trail and go down in there and find him later. Or I may just leave him and you know, he won't be hurting any more deer or fawns. So, but like I said, I feel like I made a good shot. Don't really know what to say. If I find them in the video, I'll show pictures of them. If I don't find them, you know, this will be it. But stay tuned till next week. We're gonna be in after some big bucks, and should start heating up at the end of October. So we'll see y'all. See ya.